Today's thrilling episode is brought to you in part by Sir Roos's After Dinner Mints. What a flavor! I'm Charles Martinet, and now it's time for Bit.Trip presents Runner2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien.
Well, thank you for saving me the trouble of, saying all that, because that is a hell of a title. Also, the volume. Holy cow. Also fine, I will grab a controller, but, why is that so loud by default?
When last we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent of charismatic compatriots was in hot pursuit of the fiendish Timbletot as they chased him into a realm above realms called the Hypersphere. It is at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a nefarious reality unfusion beam blindsides these 5 fearless friends. The always imperturbable Commander Video, shielding his elite assemblage of exceptional allies, takes the brunt of the blast and is sucked into an unknown dimension. A land of wondrous imagination, found only at the apex of light and matter. A wavelength of the optical spectrum opened by the maniacal Timbletot to trap and enslave our gallant protagonist. Confused and companionless, our hero ponders his current position. The only thing that remains clear to him now is that he has fallen prey to a vulgar scheme full of villainy, which he must vanquish.
So, again, incredibly loud intro. Let me do something about that first. That should help a bit. Anyway, yeah, this is the sequel to the much shorter named Bit.Trip Runner from however long ago that was. It has a very cartoons from the early 90s that were trying to go for a cartoons from the 60s sort of vibe to it. And yeah, it's basically a rhythm game in disguise as a platformer.
The Welkin Wonderland.
And there are some characters that I believe I've not unlocked. Oh, I am wrong. There's some characters I've not unlocked, and then there's also Command Girl video, which is just this thing, but with boob. Just the one, really. Why not?
Realizing the gravity of the situation, Commander Video plummets back through the layers of a once-known reality and into the soft, bulbous bosom of a new one. Unsure of the outcome, but retaining optimism, our hero is guided to his skyward perch, and thus begins his stay in the Welkin Wonderland.
Again, really intensely loud volume on the intro stuff. And cutscenes in general. We're just going to enter some concepts pretty simply here. Hard to talk while playing this, but covers most of the basics of the gist here. You just kind of have, you know, auto scroll running. It again is really a rhythm game. You collect things they're there to collect. The little like plussy things make the music slightly more complex, and other little touches that happen. And then I'm assuming this first set of levels will just slowly introduce various buttons besides just jumping. And we'll continue to also like show people I have on my Steam list, which always bugs me. They were not introducing other verbs yet. Okay. It's very, like, old-school Atari aesthetic to things, too, especially with the little, like, rainbow lines when you're at peak performance there. Well, I guess you need however many piles of gold to get to the optional bonus levels, as is, you know, a thing in games like this. I still do think that, like, 3 levels with only hitting a single button is a bit much. But yeah, I spent a bit of time playing either this one or the first, I forgot which, when it was in some very early Humble Bundle that had stuff for the 3DS or possibly the regular DS, one of the two. It has a nice little, like, basic, simple, relaxing charm to it. And of course, other games in the whole Bit.Trip franchise that are also all rhythm games in disguise. One of the more pure ones being Bit.Trip Beat, which is just kind of this, but instead of pretending to be a platformer, it's pretending to be A Pong clone? Or just moving a paddle up and down to hit things, and again, every action kind of interacts with the music nicely, and it does the whole shifting the level of special effects up and down thing. I seem to be close to some little bonus level here, so might as well do that, I guess. I'll find another button. One. Shame on me. And yeah, there's little cosmetic things to get for doing stuff. It's fairly standard for this sort of thing. I am not quite able to get that yet, so okay, I guess I'm playing through this whole first world then. Shame on me. Playing perfectly. My horrible shame. Although I guess I wouldn't even hit this one even if I did get the perfect score on the first couple. Also, what? Flashbacks to Elite Beat agents there. much more forgiving on the drawing of a circle, as anything would be. Series famous for just destroying people's touchscreens. Oh. Yeah, now I can double back to this one here. Or some kind of extra challenge level sort of thing. One. Oh. Terrible shame. The first funding in my family for generations. Again. Oh, there's a treasure apparently that I missed. Yeah. But, yeah, you get the idea. And it gets more complicated as you go on and you get into other moves and whatnot. Again, I like this series. They're pretty nice and simple. There is just some stuff. How dare you open things? Away, away. Away. But yeah.